NFC North showdown against the Lions in Green Bay. This is GMFB on September 20th. My name's Kay Adams. Chris Carter with us for highlights this morning. Hey,
good morning.
What's up, Chris? What's up, number 80? How you doing?
How you doing?
Ready to roll?
Yeah, good to see you. Peter Schrager, Kyle Brandt, guys, 11 of the 15 games this weekend were one-score games in the fourth quarter. Last night, I didn't think it was going to go this way. How'd it go?
Instant classic is how it went. The primetime
We're saying
games
that a lot
this season have been
this
so good. They're all good.
Yeah.
Every primetime game is amazing. Washington versus the Giants was amazing. So you know Chiefs-Ravens is. Patrick Mahomes, you know, he doesn't really lose to these guys. And early on in the first minute of the game, Lamar says, got Tyrann Mathieu, just grabs it, and he's gone. Watch the little juke he puts on Lamar at the end. Boom! Two guys can play that game. Lamar touchdown. The route is on. Is the route on already? You don't want to give that guy a pick six to his defense. All right, so Lamar comes right back. You learn from your mistakes. No, we're going to jump all the way to the third quarter. There was another Tyrann Mathieu interception, but already now, 28-17 Kansas City. Oh, we got Hollywood. What do you think, Chris?
Oh, jump pass. Amazing.
Pat, watch the
They will be
reverse
playing
angle.
this highlight forever.
But I thought Mahomes was the only one who could contort his arm angle and do all kinds of... No. Lamar says, I got you right here. That was a jumping, flailing...
That was a no-look, too.
No look and a jump. Next one will be round the back. 28-24. Kansas City up 4. 7 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Mahomes looking. Watch this bleeping play. Kelsey, he's still at the 40. All right, he's at the 30. Oh, it's becoming a big play. 20. What? Is he going to score?
How about the block?
Kelsey, you maniac! Touchdown. The downfield blocking by the Chiefs. Robles, and is he raising the roof? Awesome. 35-24. Now 2 minutes left to play. You just wait for Kansas City to pull away, and hold on. What? Yep. An interception! It happened! That is an incredible thing that you just do not see. Tavon Young. Mahomes can do anything, right? Especially in September. Interception. Still kind of a big lead. Well, are they going to come all the way back? Stay with me here, folks. Fourth quarter, on the goal line. Watch Lamar. Whoop! A front flip to take the lead and chuck it into the Maryland sky. They would go for two. They would not get it. It would make it 36-35. Clyde Edwards, the ball's loose! The ball's loose! Let's take another look at this. Are you kidding me? In the final 2 minutes, he puts it on the ground because of Adefa Owe, the rookie from Penn State. Look at it, he gets it and recovers it. Oh, look at the Ravens. Oh my gosh, Sammy Watkins, the ex-Chief. But now 3rd and 7, you gotta move the chains. You got the lead, you gotta take, they're short. That's Watkins, 2 yards short. So everybody, what do? Let's read some lips. You're gonna see John Harbaugh on the sideline. You want to go for it?
What do you think he's going to say?
Come on! You want to go for it? All right, let's go for it. He said, hell yes, and that's a quote. They give the Lamar his own number, and it's over. The Ravens win, bleed out the clock, shock the world. They win, they beat the Chiefs. There's hugging, there's all kinds of celebrating. Look, they had hometowns on The Bachelor, and the two of them, Mahomes and Lamar. 2 MVPs meet midfield in a 36-35 classic won by the Baltimore Ravens. Let's go to Lamar, the winning quarterback, who says, all right, enough of this kryptonite stuff. Take it away, Lamar.
What does it feel to finally beat the team that you used to call your kryptonite?
Yeah, I called him that one time, Mr. Jameson. One time. Yeah, man. Yeah, it felt good, you know. It feel good to get that monkey off our back. It just feel good, you know. Got to move on to Detroit now. You know, we ain't win the Super Bowl yet. It's just one game. We just got to keep staying focused.
I love the resilience this team show. There's always been hey, if they want to beat the Chiefs, they have to get out the gates hot. They can't make mistakes. They made about as many mistakes as they could. They did not give up. They did not fold. There was no mental block against Kansas City. And then Lamar was brilliant down the stretch. What did you learn from that epic Ravens win over the Chiefs last night?
What a resilient team they are. I mean, they were down 11 at home without Ronnie Stanley. They lost Williams. They lost Elliott. They were down all these different players. We know what they've been through this August. Down 11, and then the defense. Tavon Young gets the big interception, we know. But shout out to Odafe Owa out of Penn State, a rookie. The biggest play of the night came from the defense, which was getting carved up all evening. Wink's team gets it. He strips Clyde Edwards-Helaire, totally changes his game. Owa, with an incredible play that he makes to strip this ball and then recover it himself underneath a pile of cleats and teams and different players. Just an incredible play by the defense. And I'll say this, we're going to make a lot of comments about what this means for Lamar and all this thing. I think this defense, which has been bleeding since that Raiders game, to make a stop and to make a play and to have a way to change this game and stop Patrick Mahomes from carving out. This one meant so much to the Ravens. What I learned is that this team is resilient. They're not going anywhere. Guess what? They're 1-1. They're tied atop the AFC North. Everything's just fine. And Baltimore, they live to fight another day. Shout out to the defense to making big plays in the fourth quarter, when truly it felt like they could not find an answer for Patrick Mahomes, not only this week, but the first 4 times they played him.
Right. We've seen Lamar a lot. We've seen Baltimore a lot. We've seen him in primetime a lot. But what I've learned from last night's game was Lamar is in the basket of small, young quarterbacks. There's only a few of them in there that they can make mistakes early in the game and recover. Because we know, man, those young guys, when they start throwing it to the opposite color jersey, it's compounded. He makes a big mistake here. He misreads the coverage. Honey Badger baits him, thinks it's going to be an all-out blitz, but he drops into the middle. Lamar misreads it from what he saw pre-snap. You can see him. He's not in his vision. Honey Badger sees. He gets off number 2, goes into the hole, interception. You would never think the night, that great highlight that you just called off, you'd never think it's going to end like that.
No way. It's
after the way it started with Honey Badger robbing Lamar and then him getting back together. And also, this organization, they let you know how much they believe in them. Because, Peter, we've seen this. Young guys get off to a start. Coach, oh, yeah, we believe in them. But the game plan changes. No, they actually got more aggressive after the mistake.
They doubled down on him.
I learned there are some young quarterbacks that can recover, and Lamar's one of them dudes.
That's great, because that's the perfect mix of the X's and O's and the symbolism. I'll go heavy on the symbolism of this game. The symbolism is, and the Russian is cut, and it's a bad cut. Patrick Mahomes just lost the September game. Patrick Mahomes threw an interception. Patrick Mahomes can be beaten by somebody other than that old man down in Tampa. It happened. We've not seen this. Bring it up. We updated the full screen that we've been running for the last few weeks, and it is a very important update. There's the young AFC quarterbacks.
Nice.
Up until last night, they were all zeros. Those guys, none of them have beaten. Lamar just beat Mahomes. That maybe is hope for the rest of the league. And it wasn't just because Lamar decided to go nuclear. Patrick Mahomes made a big mistake in that game. He threw a bad interception. The Chiefs put the ball on the ground. And Chris, I could not agree more. It wasn't just back and forth. Lamar blew it early. You can't throw 2 interceptions and a pick 6 against Mahomes. Every metric we have, every piece of film says you are done. They will lose that game. I'm shocked. I'm actually shocked that happened, because in the first half hour, you're like, route, another one, 4-0, it's over.
Late in the third quarter, they're down 11 at home, and they still find a way to win.
2 double-digit deficits Baltimore was in. This is one of the most important wins in years. For the first time since Patrick Mahomes took over as a starter in 2018, the Chiefs are not leading the AFC West. It's the first time that's ever happened in 4 years. It's huge. The Russians cut.
Watching this last night, I kept going back to that sombering tone out of one Peter Schrager when this Marcus Peters things happen, and Gus Edwards, and you were so high on Gus. And honestly, like you were playing the violins a little bit at the table. Like they went through something that's like such a gut punch, so deflating. So it was almost like it's a wrap. Let's just get rid of him for the season. For them to pull out the win, even through that, is crazy.
Yeah, what they've been through the last 3 weeks is a psychological thing, but the team, I think it galvanized them, and that's a credit to Harbaugh that they looked at each other and said, guess what? We're still in this game. We're still in this season. And I'll say, to not have Ronnie Stanley and then have Villanueva move over to the other tackle spot after 1 week, they're like, we're going to just
disastrous week, too.
We're going to rip out the game plan. We're going to put you back where you're comfortable. We're going to get you in there, and then to run behind him for the big play. It's so symbolic that these Ravens coaches do not give up on this team, and the players, they will play for them, and they did this weekend, Ken.
And it's not only the coaches. What they have in Baltimore, few organizations have. It's called institutional talent.
What is that?
It comes from the top. Bashadi, whatever they need, front office-wise, whatever they need.
Facility-wise.
Whatever they need. And whatever the coach says is going to be the theme of the team because it's supported. That's institutional talent. And this is a huge win. I like what you said. They won a lot of big games with Lamar, being the MVP. But this is the biggest win in Baltimore since my guy Ray left Baltimore.
It's huge. This is not we beat the Texans or we beat the Seahawks. This is we beat the face of the league, and we did it on our field, and we did it in prime time. I can't say no. I know he won a playoff game. In a way, I think this is almost bigger for Lamar because he beat Mahomes. It's maybe the biggest win of his career.
It's so true. A win for Lamar and his career. Another L for the crowd that likes to say he can't win if he gets behind. He has now led 2 double-digit comebacks over his last 4 games played. He didn't have any through his first 39 career starts. More Good Morning Football, of course, on the way. We've got Ian Rappaport joining us right now to give us the update on some quarterbacks, because there was some rough stuff going on around the league for some starting guys. Give us the latest. Let's go Tua, Andy Dalton, Carson Wentz, Tyrod Taylor. Where do you want to start?
We'll start with Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa, who, of course, we saw leave the game early yesterday, tried to walk off on his own, ended up being carted off, was quickly diagnosed with bruised ribs, which usually you'd say, okay, no problem, he'll probably be back next game, but he is going to have an MRI and potentially some more tests this morning just to make sure that there is not associated cartilage damage. That's really something that would end up keeping Tua out for maybe the next couple of games. He was in extreme pain yesterday. They're going to know more probably early this morning. Meanwhile, for Andy Dalton and the Chicago Bears, this was a knee injury that knocked him out and put the highly touted rookie Justin Fields on the field like so many people wanted. Andy Dalton actually went back in, then went out. The Bears coach Matt Nagy talked after the game, said it is not an ACL. And from what I understand, tests after the game, just the manual test, showed his knee to be pretty strong. One possibility, the early diagnosis, a bone bruise for Andy Dalton. We'll have to see if that is the case today after some tests and how severe that is. May see a little more of Justin Fields going forward this week. Meanwhile, for Carson Wentz, another week, another injury to discuss, another lower body injury for Carson Wentz. He got his ankle rolled up after a tackle by Aaron Donald. He tried to play. You could see the frustration on the sidelines with Carson Wentz. Just was not able to go out there. Did stand there and watch, but it was Jacob Eason coming in, throwing an interception. Obviously, Wentz will have some more tests today. And finally, Tyrod Taylor, who looked a little gimpy on that touchdown run yesterday. Kind of came up lame. You can actually see it right here. Just didn't seem right. It is a hamstring